What's up, guys? Glad to have you here on the channel again, and as always, I am your beloved host, Light here, and today we are going to be talking about airdrop farming on Solana. And in case you are out of the loop, there has been major drops going on in the past couple of weeks. First, we had Pyth, which was over $1,000. Then we had Jito airdrop, which was 20k for people staking low as 1 Solana. And then on January, obviously, we're going to be seeing our first batch of the Jupiter airdrop. And now everybody, all the YouTubers, all the airdrop hunters are speculating what are going to be the next dApps to airdrop next on Solana. And that is why I have collected 15 very likely dApps and applications which are going to be dropping out an airdrop next. Couple of very exclusive takes which nobody else talks about, and obviously there's going to be a bit of overlap here with other people. But before we go into my list of 15 dApps, I do want to talk about my ultimate airdrop spreadsheet, which I update on a daily basis. More entries across multiple different chains, testnets, EVM chains, a lot of different alpha information here, and I gotta add a lot more in the upcoming days here because so much information is pouring in. And oh yeah, there's a SoFi airdrop list here as well, which a lot of people don't talk about and kind of like look past on, even though things like Friend 3 has performed really nicely. But let's jump into our first one on the list, which is called Drift, which is probably not really a mystery for a lot of people. There's so many people already farming on Drift. And these things which might be like over farmed, there might be some, not as much value necessarily on these drops. So paying that in mind, if you're going to be choosing the popular ones, you might actually get like a $20, $50 airdrop, which is still money, guys. But I'm just saying that there might be oversaturation. And if there's oversaturation, it means two things. A lot of people get the airdrop or they make more strict criteria. So what you want to do in Drift is basically do long and short trades. It doesn't matter which you are going to be doing, Jito or Solana, what pair, that doesn't matter. There's spot trading as well. There's swap trading. I only do perpetuals here. I think that's the only thing that matters. There is a lending and borrowing here. Those are probably going to be getting you rewards. And also, one thing that needs to be mentioned is that you are going to be getting tickets when you do trades. And these tickets are going to be weekly drawn, and there's like currently $117,000 for the first prize and $55,000 and $1,000 for the next one. So here I'm going to be closing my position. I don't have a lot of money here actually, and I don't know if they're going to be basing it on volume. So just like doing leverage like I'm doing with like $20 is probably not going to have a big impact on the airdrop, but I'm probably going to be getting something. I'm just not sure. They do have a referral program also, and I'm going to be adding my link obviously in the description. And let's move into our next one on the list, which is called Tensor Trade. This is an NFT marketplace, and they are kind of like becoming the more second popular one on Solana's ecosystem, as like things like SolC and Solana Art are kind of like taking L's altogether. I mean, they started out really well, but they just kind of like lost the competitive edge. And those two, by the way, don't have their tokens either, so technically they could be on the race as well. And one of the criteria here is going to be owning a Tensorian, and obviously it's 109 Solana right now, so probably out of many people's price point. There is let me actually connect here really fast so we can see. You can find somebody's referral code, probably very hard to find, by the way, and this will boost your points by 5%. So Google around, go to Reddit and Twitter. Obviously, there's going to be some people who are going to be hooking you up. In case some of you are watching, I would love to get under you. I haven't done a lot of trading here. There's different types of things that you can do to get points. They're already on season 3, but it doesn't mean it's late. It's just that there's like a first mover advantage. And I don't think there's going to be that many seasons left. This might be the last one. So I think a lot of people want to do their airdrops before the halving. So before summer, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of like onslaught of airdrops just dropping out of every different hole basically. So just trading and just getting the points. That's your biggest thing. And owning a Tensorian is definitely going to be one of the criteria to get this airdrop for the Tensor token. But that's basically our blue chip NFT project on Solana. Then we have a DEX marketplace called Phoenix. This is spot trading. Nothing too special, to be honest. Not really that many pairs here. We got Bunk, though, which has been doing really well, which we're going to be talking about in a second. I don't think that this is going to be worth that much, to be honest, guys. I'm not very bullish on Phoenix, so I might even pass this myself. But then again, I've already farmed Jupiter, so in case I'm just going to be swapping Solana to stables or something, might as well use Phoenix to do so. Then we have, well, a very rare, nobody talks about this one. I got some inside intel on this one. This is called the Dein coin flip, and this is basically a gambling thing where you can just toss up a coin and heads or tails, and you can choose the betting amount. There are a lot of people, they done just recently did a promotion, and they actually got 2 other games in their ecosystem. There is Deacon Coin Dozer. I remember the other Dozer game that I used to play. It was horrible. I lost so much money in it. And then there's a third game called the Dein Spin, and this is more like a slot machines. And everything is happening in a decentralized way, which is really, really cool. So these are like nice dApps, and I might have to do like a individual video on this project and all the games underneath it. But this is kind of like a hidden gem there, which doesn't have many users here, low value cap in that sense. Then we have Camino, and Camino, well, is one of those that also about very much farmed. They have a couple of different ways here. They have liquidity things, and they have long and short trading. And they are going to be having a point system soon. However, when we look at these things in a historical level, usually the early adopters start out with some really, really good bonus. So in case you're going to be doing transactions before the points flash out, I think they're going to be giving out you some early bird, big bonus for you. This has been historically the case with a lot of these point systems that I've experienced. Like Nostra Finance did this exactly, and I can't remember everything on top of my head, but I'm just saying that Camino is definitely one of the ones that I would do in case you want to do long shorts and you want to provide just liquidity. You don't want to necessarily do anything just like sit on passive income. You provide some liquidity there and that's it. And then we have Sega, and this is obviously play on word. I mean, this is like literally Sonic. And I actually talked about this on the channel very long time ago on some yield strategy. They have some crazy yields here. And they are multi-chain, so these guys are on Arbitrum and Ethereum, but I would farm them on both Solana and Arbitrum because of the gas fees on Ethereum. And I think these are like locked contracts. Some of them are giving you really crazy APYs, as you can see. And I'm not going to be explaining in this video like how does everything actually work underneath. This is kind of one of those like high IQ, what's the word? Yeah, some like high IQ mathematics and things that go underneath the hood and what are type of like investment type of things. And there's also a limited amount of money that can be actually put into these batches. So once they're filled in, you can't actually enter. So Sega, I think not a lot of people actually talk about this. This one is kind of like a very much, if you look at the TVL here, it's actually kind of big. So I think Sega is like definitely very much of a big underdog on this list. Then we have Elusive. Elusive is a privacy transaction system. So I can send private transactions to another account or to my friend. And the good thing about this is in case you are one of those people that farms on multiple accounts, you don't need to route the money weird way or through exchange or something. You just send the money through Elusive and you're probably going to be avoiding a lot of these Sybil counterattacks. So Elusive is another one that a lot of people don't talk about. I think this is very, very highly poised to do some type of an airdrop, and I also believe that there needs to be more privacy focus during this cycle, and we're going to be seeing that, and that's going to be crazy good timing for Elusive to come in because all these regulators and restrictions are coming in and more people want to use protocols that give you like privacy options. So I would definitely, every time you're going to be sending money to a friend, I always use Elusive, or even sending money to an exchange, use Elusive because that's a free transaction. There's no like other costs there. I think there's the transaction fee that you're going to be paying for this one. So just every time you're going to be doing transaction between friends or sending donations, whatever, use Elusive. And then we have Mayan Swap, and this is part of the wormhole. And we have touched upon on the wormhole on a couple of the other videos. And Wormhole is going to be one of the larger airdrops. I think there's like top 5 airdrops right now that I see. ZK Sync Era, Linea, Wormhole, and Layer 0. So 2 big bridges and 2 big chains. I don't know what would be the last on the 5th list, but these are going to be the things that I've been focusing a lot about. We're going to be doing an exclusive video on the Wormhole technology and all the dApps that basically use it, but this is a great bridging tool. It doesn't have that many options right now, but it has enough. So Mayan Swap is definitely going to be one of these protocols. Bridges are kind of hot right now, and so are oracles. And I wish that we had an oracle on this list, but we don't because there isn't really a lot of things going on. And there's going to be a lot of updates here. And there's no talk about token, but a lot of people are also on this as because it's part of the Wormhole, and also there's an audit here, so people feel kind of safe. But let's move on to our next one. So this one is also kind of like a wild card. So in case you have been following the news of yesterday, Bonk has been going bananas on the chart after it got listed on Coinbase, and every person that has a Saga phone was basically airdropped $100 worth of Bonk. But that Bonk right now is actually valued more than the phone. So the phone was basically sold out on Americas. I was able to buy mine yesterday, and they are going to be obviously, so buying the phone is like 700 euros. There's taxes and stuff, which you might able to get like a discount. And basically this comes along with Bonk for every user that buys it. So basically the phone is really only costing like $100 or something, depending on when you're going to be watching this video. I don't know the exact price of the Bonk right now. At some point, the airdrop of the Bonk is going to be worth more than the current value of the discounted Solana mobile phone. And then there is going to be also, there's like an NFTs included here for the Geno pets, and I don't know what this Honeyland thing is. But basically some free stuff. But the thing that I'm thinking about here is this NFT that comes along with this Saga Genesis token. This cannot be transferred or anything like that. So in future, they have this like great method to basically send out an exclusive airdrop to the Saga phone owners. So that's a very big thing. In my opinion, that could be like a very much of a criteria. Saga could be their own governance token on the mobile phones and things like that. Remains to be seen, but that's something I think buying right now, the phone is a really good option, because as long as the Bonk doesn't crash, obviously. But there are a lot of other benefits and drops that obviously going to be coming along with. And also I do want to say that there's probably going to be meme coins dropped to Bonk holders as well. But let's move on. And then we have Phantom. Phantom is going to be probably out of the whole list. I think Phantom is the most valuable airdrop altogether. And even I should have probably included it first because of that. But there's a couple of criteria which they're going to be doing. One is doing swaps here, and the swaps are using Jupiter. So I've already done these ages ago. So the volume of those swaps is going to be one criteria. And the other one is going to be these quests. These quests are over. And you want to download the Phantom for mobile, by the way. So you can subscribe to these collectible things. There's a thing called the Drip, which basically drops you these. Like here I got a couple of like these Drip NFTs, and these are basically freely dropped to me. You can buy these on the website, on the Drip House, and these are probably going to be like part of the criteria here to the Phantom airdrop. I don't know exactly why. Should you buy many of them, etc.? Should you trade? I don't know. There's going to be a lot of things. And then there's like this game that you can play when you actually log in. Let me actually do it really fast so you guys can see what's all up. And there's this treasure chest here on the top, and you can have a chance to win something inside. And I think you can use this like every day. I never actually win anything here, but yeah, rogued again. And you can share it on Twitter if you want to. And that's pretty much it. Do that daily. And look into some of these collections. These are very cheap, by the way. And some of the art is actually pretty good. So I like that these are like made by real artists. But enough about Phantom. So basically swaps. And oh yeah, forgot one thing. There is also a possibility to do bridge swap. So I can swap out my USDC into Polygon. Okay, I don't see it right now. But basically you can do cross-chain swaps between the chains. And that's something you want to really do. And that might be getting you eligible for part of the drops. So do cross-chain swaps and Solana inbuilt swaps. Okay, here another alpha that nobody has talked about. This is called Squads. This is the first, well, multi-sig platform in Solana. The other multi-sig protocol, which name just forgets from my head, already did an airdrop on Ethereum. I was lucky to get one of my accounts being eligible for that. They still haven't released those tokens. I don't know when that's going to be happening. But Squads is another one. This is also really good for anti-scamming, to basically have one account. You can add your own addresses into it. You don't need to have your friends. You can have DAO addresses here, and there's going to be staking capabilities. There's treasuries and things like that. And look at how many projects are already using this. And I think this is going to be one of those criteria, because this is the only multi-signature tool on Solana right now. So I wouldn't sleep on this one. So, and obviously want to do transactions and signs from this multi-signature wallet and deposit money in there. There might be some criteria, like maybe have at least $100 there. I'm sure you can find a couple of friends to chip in. But let's move on. We have Meteor. And this is basically a dynamic liquidity protocol on Solana. And basically, this is where you can provide liquidity. This is also a bit kind of under the radar. So in case you don't want to go with like Camino, for example, you have the opportunity to go into these farms. And there's a lot of different options here. I haven't looked into this myself yet too much, but another one that's definitely going to be having some type of an airdrop. And there's probably going to be some dual farming things once their token launches. But you got to be careful about these lending protocols, because they don't tend to be valued very much if they're going to be like airdrop on a farm style way. Because people just farm, the whales will farm, and then they will just dump on the market, and then it becomes basically invaluable throughout the time. Then we have one called Parcel. And Parcel is, well, leverage trading on housing market. And they have a point system coming soon, which basically already like tells us, oh, they are going to be having some type of a system. So basically make transactions before the points come out. As I already said, if you make transactions before these contests start, you're usually going to be getting some type of cool bonus thing. So you can basically short or long the Miami Beach. If you know a hurricane is coming to Miami, put out those shorts. So a lot of cool stuff in that sense. I wish it would have maybe more like, it's like America and US. Like there's not like, it would be like interesting to do Ukraine or some war zone. That would be more interesting. But apparently there is like Jakarta and Hong Kong coming. These are very interesting. Hong Kong is going to be very interesting. So I think I want to do a video on this later on. But Parcel is another one that's pretty good, and not that many people are farming it. Then another perpetual option here we have is Zeta Markets. And here you can actually buy this Z-Pass thing, which is an NFT, which you can buy on Tensor to get points on Tensor. Or you can buy on Magic Eden, which by the way doesn't have a token yet themselves, but when they did a drop, they basically dropped an NFT. So I don't think that they're going to be doing a token, but it doesn't hurt to do transactions on Magic Eden as well. And so in terms of like Tensor, you can buy the ZK Pass there. Let's see actually how much it costs. Okay, it's only half a Solana right now. So this is not very expensive. And then you can just like do other things and get a lot more score than other people and be eligible for the airdrop. I think I'm like 99% sure that these guys are going to be doing an airdrop soon. And you're going to be getting 2x score till 20th of December. So 5 days still ongoing for this thing. And then there is a very, very last one, which I almost forgot to include on this video, which is called the margin fee. And this one is probably the most taught Solana airdrop. And this is a lending protocol. I do think that they do have also like a referral program going on here, if I remember right. And some of these pools, by the way, have limits how much you can enter. So currently Solana, well, when I entered earlier today, was open still. And there's a couple of things that are open here, like Bonk, but it only has 0.01% APY. So that kind of sucks. So this is basically where you just want to lend stuff. And you can do swaps. These swaps are done through Jupiter. So you might get Jupiter points meanwhile you're at it. And then there's also staking, which is using the LST margins liquid staking token, which can also be putting into lending, but that pool is currently closed as well. So having LST is probably going to be a criteria. So because I think they're going to be doing their own separate governance token outside from this liquid staking token. And then there is obviously the point system, and the point system can be, basically by lending, and also there's the referral program, which is going to be getting you more points. Apparently we did not logged in here, but whatever. And then there's this Omni thing. I don't know exactly what is this. This is some AI agent that can basically give you answer your questions and like do strategies and stuff like that. But that's 16 different protocols for you guys, so you can't tell me that I haven't helped you. And I'm sure half of these are going to be giving out. So as you can see, like I'm like rank 116,000. There are a lot of people farming the margin fee. But, you don't want to do transactions. You just want to put autopilot money. Just give it to the lending, to the margin fee, and you can get started. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Obviously, in the comments, you can leave wishes for the next ecosystem to go through. We have gone through a lot of them already, but there's still plenty of the layer 2s to go. But I always value your output and input. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video.